Hi coaches, one of the questions we get almost every day, either from a young athlete or from their parents, is that Johnny wants to put on weight. Johnny wants to get bigger, right? And they talk to us about their eating, but one of the things we spend a lot of time with the parents and the athlete is how much protein should they get? Everyone knows something a little bit about protein, but how much protein should they get for developing athletes? I just want to walk you through a few things today. So for a developing athlete, how much protein? One of the things we'll talk about is they should get 25% of their calories from protein, which doesn't sound like a lot, so it sounds like you should be able to do that, but one of the things you want to do is measure that, okay? So then we'll go to the next. So how much is that? We ask our athletes to shoot for 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Now, once we start doing the math, that may seem like a little bit more, right? So if I take an example of a 150-pound athlete, that's 150 grams of protein, which now that sounds like a lot. So let's just look at the math. So you have to understand how many calories are there in protein. 4 calories per gram of protein, 4 calories per gram of carbohydrate, and then 9 calories per gram of fat. So if I want to do 150-pound athlete times 4, it gives me 600 calories that I got to digest each day. So what percentage of that? Average American diet is somewhere for a development athlete, it's going to be minimum of this. Some of our athletes are trying to get 4,000 calories a day to gain weight, right? But you divide the 600 by the 2,500, right? And you're going to get 24%. So again, when we talk to parents, a lot of times it sounds like 24%, that's not a big deal, but as soon as I say 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, all of a sudden it's like, oh, that seems like a lot of protein. All right, remember we're talking about developing athletes, we're talking about kids that are growing, right? They need this protein for muscle recovery. So a couple of tips. Make sure they have protein at every meal, every snack they gotta have protein. Secondly, make sure they get protein before bedtime, because that nighttime, that sleep is when the muscle is going to be repaired the most, and so they need 20 to 30 grams of protein right before they go to bed. Hope this helps. Talk to you next week. Thanks.